Alright, welcome back to another YouTube video. In this section, we're going to go over the last part, which is going to be the short answer. So why don't we hop in and let's do it. If a to the b over 4 is equal to 16 for positive integers a and b, what is one possible value of b? So we know that some number has to equal to 16. Now, what are some factors of 16? I know it's going to be 2 to the 4th power. I can use that. And because it says what is one possible value of b, it means that we could have multiple answers. Meaning 2 to the 4th also works. So it means I could set a equal to 2 and b over 4 equal to 4, right? Because 2 to the 4th is equal to 16, and that works. Now, b over 4 is equal to 4 because the question is asking for b. I could just multiply both sides by b, which will give me b is equal to 4 times 4, which is 16. Because if you plug it in, when a is equal to 2, 2 to the 16 over 4 is equal to 16, right? 2 to the 16 over 4, which is 4, is equal to 16. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 will give you an answer of 16. So that's how you would do this question. Another thing that works is 4 to the 2nd power, or maybe if you know others, like 1 to the 16, doesn't really matter. But I use 2 to the 4th as an example. Okay, question 17. What value of t in the solution of the equation above? Okay, so we have a system, or just a simple linear equation. How do we solve? We have to multiply by the reciprocal, right? When you see a fraction times your variable, you have to multiply by the reciprocal, which is basically when you just flip these two around. So 2 over 3 becomes 3 over 2. And you multiply that on both sides, 3 over 2 on both sides. Now, 3 over 3 cancels out, 2 over 2 cancels out, giving us just 1t, or just t, and that's equal to 5 over 2 times 3 over 2, which is 5 times 3 is 15, 2 times 2 is 4, meaning the value of t has to be 15 over 4. Okay, let's move that piggy. So we have question 18. So 18, in the figure above, BD is parallel to AE. What is the length of CE? So for this question, we just have to use similar triangles, right? I can see that there are going to be 2 triangles being used. So what is the length of CE? So CE is this right here. Now looking at it, I could already tell CDB is going to be proportional to this big triangle, CEA. And I could see that this is 6 and this is 18. So what is the proportion? It's going to be times 3, right? Everything here is going to multiply by 3. And why are these two going to be similar? Because of angle, because these two angles, angle C, are the same. And then angle, right? Both of these, because they're parallel, this is also a 90-degree angle. So because of angle theorem, we can say that these two triangles are similar. So I know that the relationship is times 3. Now knowing that, I know this is 8, so this CA times 3 is 24. But that's not what the question is asking for, right? It's asking for CE, which is this very long hypotenuse. And now, how do I find this? Because I know it's 6, 8, you have to know what this is. It's a 10, right? How do I know it's 6, 8, 10? It's because it's basically a 3, 4, 5, but you just multiply by 2. So as long as you remember your Pythagorean theorems, or Pythagorean triplets, 3, 4, 5, you know that 6, 8, 10 is also a Pythagorean triplet. So if you're watching this video and you don't know your Pythagorean triplets, 3, 4, 5 is 1, and 5, 12, 13. These are very popular on the SATs, so you should remember them, right? Whenever you see side lengths of 3, 4, last side has to be 5. Or when you see 5, 12, last one has to be 13. And vice versa with all the combinations possible. Okay, now that I know that CD is 10, how do I find CE, right? We have to use the times 3 multiple. So 10 times 3 is 30, giving the value of CE to be 30. This right here is 30. Okay, awesome. So that does it for the first 3 questions. Now let's move on to the next one. Question 19. How many liters of a 25% saline solution must be added to 3 liters of a 10% saline solution to obtain a 50% saline solution? So many percents, but what do they all mean? It just means we have to form an equation, and it's relatively easy because 25% of a saline solution, so I'll call it 0.25, right? 0.25 is the same as 25% of some solution, which I'll call X, is equal to 3% of a saline solution. Oh, wait, I don't put equal. I put plus of 3%, 3 liters of a 10% saline solution. So it's going to be 3 times 0.1. Okay, and that's equal to 0.15 of this right here, x plus our 3 liters from before. So this is the equation I have. And now because you don't want decimals, let's just multiply everything out. So we have 0.25x plus 0.3x, or just 0.3 by itself. That's equal to 0.15x plus 0.45. And now that I want to get rid of the decimal, I can multiply this entire equation by 100, because when you do so, decimal moves 2 places, gets rid of that. So we have 25x plus, here we move 2, giving us 30, is equal to, move 2, 15x plus 45x. Now we have this simple equation that you guys can probably solve, because we can move this 25x onto this side because it's the lesser value, giving me 30 is equal to 15 x. Oh, this shouldn't be an x. I'm sorry about that. Minus 25x over here should give you negative 10x plus 45. Now we minus 45 on both sides, giving us negative 15 is equal to negative 10x. And now we just divide both sides by negative 10, giving us x is equal to negative 15 over negative 10. Negative negatives cancel out, giving you 15 over 10, which can be simplified to 3 over 2. So the answer for the value is going to be 3 over 2, or you could write 1.5. Either solution works, and this is how you do it. So basically, the key idea is to set up an equation, which you will probably use to find out the value of x. I just use x for the amount that you will add, because that's the amount of 25% saline solution that you add. Okay, moving on. Question 20. Points A and B line a circle, radius 1. And arc AB has length pi over 3. What fraction of the circumference of the circle is the length of arc AB? So basically, you have to try to visualize it if you don't know what it's saying. So you have a triangle, a circle, right? Which has arc AB. So I'll just call this arc AB, this arc right here. Okay, this has a length of pi over 3, while the circle has a radius of just 1. Now, what measure of the circle is this arc right here, AB? Now, in order to find that out, we have to find out what the circumference of our circle is. So, because we know it has a radius of 1, what's the area, or how do we find out the circumference given the radius? What's the formula? So, circumference of a circle is given by the formula pi times 2r. So in this case, we know the radius, right? It's 2. So it means the formula is just pi times 2. 2 times 1, the radius, 2, giving you a circumference of 2 pi. Now, what fraction of 2 pi is pi over 3? So it's just going to be pi over 3 over 2 pi, right? The circumference, or the length, arc length we're given, pi over 3, over the total circumference should give us the fraction of how much this arc AB takes up. So pi over 3 over 2 pi. We could just get rid of the pi's, right? It kind of makes it confusing, giving us 1 over 3 over 2, right? I just got rid of the pi's, but you could just see how these two are the same. Now, 1 over 3 over 2. How do we do this? That's just 1 over 3 times 1 over 2. We basically multiply it by the reciprocal of 2 over 1, which is 1 over 2. That's how we divide fractions, giving us 1 over 1 times 1 over 3 times 2, which is 6, meaning that arc AB is 1/6 of the total circumference. And that right there is how you do this question. Well, that takes care of every single short answer response. And on your Scantron, you would just write 1 over 6, right? So Scantron looks something like this. You write 1 over 6, you bubble 1 over 6. It looks something like that when you bubble it in. And that's exactly how you would do these questions. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys in the next one.